Welcome to the Bruce Williams channel. In this video, I'd like to review the Oris Aquis New York Harbor Limited Edition. This is a beautiful green mother of pearl dial in this 41.5 millimeter case Aquis. And the 41.5 is my personal favorite size when it comes to the Aquis. I used to prefer the larger 43.5, but the more I've had experience with the 41.5, the more I just think that's the ideal fit. It's not too chunky, it's not too large, it's not too dominant on wrist, but at the same time, it's not too diminutive. You're not left wanting more substance. Just for reference, my wrists are 7.25 inches in circumference. Now, within the case, we have the Oris 733. So this is not their in-house designed and executed movement. This will be based on the Solida SW200-1, and you will not be able to view it because there is a stainless steel case back that is engraved with a unique engraving, and there will be an individual number of the 2,000 piece limited edition done in that case back. Now, if you have a mind to do so, you can request a specific number from Oris over their e-commerce website. Say you have an anniversary date or something else of sentimental value, you could request a specific number, which I think is pretty cool. Now let's talk about the overall design here. This is very unique, having a green mother of pearl dial. What it's meant to do is remind you of the New York Harbor, obviously given the name. But here's a picture I took on the Governor's Island Ferry in New York, and I'm going to drop it side by side with a close-up of the dial. And you guys can see the color is near spot on, and especially as the sun hits that dial, as well as the surface of the water, the undulating surface of the water, there is a very similar texture in the way the light plays with the material. So there is some strength in that correlation. I think that's really cool. Now, it's not just the color and execution of the dial, that iridescent sheen of the green mother of pearl, it also reminds me of an oyster shell. Now, this watch, this specific limited edition, it ties in with a nonprofit called the Billion Oyster Project, which has a very wonderful and ambitious goal of reintroducing 1 billion live oysters back into New York Harbor by the year 2035. Now, what they do, essentially, and this is just a brief rundown, but they take donated used oyster shells, they clean them, they dry them out, they place them in artificial reef systems, and then they reseed those systems with live oysters, and then take those systems and place them in New York Harbor at strategic locations in order to filter the water, to clean the water, to encourage biodiversity back into the waterways, into the ecosystem. And it's really just a lovely, ambitious goal. And the sale of every one of these New York Harbor limited edition Oris Aquis models will go toward that nonprofit organization with that excellent goal. So there is some visual strength between oysters, the harbor, and the watch. An excellent cause behind the watch. The watch will retail at $2,700. It will come on both the rubber strap, which I personally filmed on Governor's Island when the watch was announced and debuted. And then it also, again, comes with the bracelet. Now, you guys know me. I am completely biased toward a good OEM bracelet, and I like the design of the integrated bracelet for the Oris Aquis. And given the fact that you have stainless steel on the bracelet, stainless steel on the case, stainless steel in the relief style bezel insert, I think that helps accentuate that unique green mother of pearl dial. That's the way that I would want to wear this. But I do recognize the rubber strap is very comfortable. It's a great way to wear this casually or maybe over the summer. So I'm not trying to dog on the rubber strap option, but I think the bracelet visually looks the strongest. Now let's talk about any potential negative elements here. I've often said that there's really only one thing that bothers me about the Aquis, and not to the degree that it would keep me from purchasing one. I've purchased many Oris Aquis models over my years of being a watch enthusiast. It is the anti-reflective treatment on the domed sapphire crystal. It's not adequate, and I prefer seeing my dial to a very crisp degree of clarity unobstructed by major reflections, especially when that dial is beautiful and unique and interesting, more than just a basic blue or black or white dial. And this one certainly qualifies as a unique and beautifully done dial. So I want to see it to a great degree of clarity. I like those angular markers and how they visually tie in to the handset and how all of that ties into the lug system. This is a very cohesive watch when it comes to contemporary design language. I'm a personal fan. And this New York Harbor Limited Edition, it's up there for me. I would rank it probably top 3 of my favorite personal Oris Aquis models. I think it's that good. So guys, reach out with questions. There will be links in the description to the Billion Oyster Project, as well as Oris's website and a local, or not local to me, but a brick and mortar authorized dealer if you prefer to go that route. So all of that is in the description. Please reach out with any questions you may have. Thank you for watching today, and I'll see you guys next time.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mine.